Hey everyone, welcome. Hey everyone, welcome back to the sunny side. I'm Sunny, and today I'm going to show you guys one of the strongest patterns that you can use for personal change. That's the action. I'm going to show it to you, and then I'm going to give you some personal examples of how I'm using it. You guys ready? Here we go. A little bit of inspiration, motivation. Everybody's super cool. Sunny says, let's cue the introduction. New age. Oh, working on myself. Okay, whatever, man. Let's get down to it. This is personal. This is strong. This is going to hurt people. So listen up. One of the strongest things you can do is use what's called a pattern interrupt. It's in all my meditations. I put it in music. It should become a part of you. Whenever there's a problem, if there's a behavior that's happening, see, these behaviors happen in cycles. And if you want to not repeat the same behavior, you have to interrupt the pattern somehow. And there are many things we use to interrupt the pattern. Sometimes, back when I was a hypnotherapist and to get people to quit smoking, oftentimes we'd interrupt the pattern of smoking with drinking water. And I'd use it in hypnosis. And I tell them consciously to do this. Before they smoke a cigarette, they have to drink a little bit of water. That interrupts the pattern. It also trains different patterns. But you want these little pattern interrupts. All right, everybody cool? Okay, here we go. So that's one of the things we used to do. Another way there are pattern interrupts. People use elastic bands on their wrists, and they snap them every time they're thinking or moving in a certain way, just to remind themselves, right? A little pattern interrupt. There are different ways to interrupt your patterns. Yes, and of course, as a hypnotist, I use language to interrupt patterns. I use language, I use movement, I use emotion to interrupt patterns. There are a lot of ways you can interrupt patterns. So you can, okay, whatever. Okay, so here we go. So recently, I'm going to interrupt a pattern right now. I have to so I'll just tell you guys what's going on. So you guys know, ever since my father died, I don't want to go through a certain type of behavior anymore. I don't want to deal with a certain type of personality, and I just don't want to do it. And I want to move forward in life with everything. And then that behavior came up. And, I had to go down to Chicago to see my wife, and we were fighting because, we fight all the time, whatever. She's beautiful and amazing, but we fight all the time. So like it happens. And so, but in this particular fight, there was this repeated pattern that I'm trying to avoid. In everything, I'm trying to avoid it. So I interrupted the pattern. When I saw the behavior happening again, and I saw the exact same picture, I decided to interrupt the pattern, and it was jarring. It was jarring. And right now, so now my mother died 2 weeks ago, and I really don't want to go through this again, and I'm still going through it on her side. Now watch this. On my side, because of lawyers and accountants in Canada, and they're pressuring me to do stuff in the States, I fell into the pattern. And the pattern is me chasing her. That's the pattern. Or me looking for her on social media, or me trying to contact my wife. But right now, and every time I go to contact her, in any way, she blocks it or deletes it or does something crazy like that. She clearly does not want to speak with me. All right, fair enough. So if I existed in the world of give a shit, that would be a big deal. But I live in the world of answering to the estate right now. Anyways, that's not the truth. Let's chill out on the ego, Sonny. So the truth is, I fell back into the pattern. The pattern of she's doing this abusive no contact thing. Even though I no contacted her. We both did it. But like she's doing this, among other things. And then I'm trying to reach out to her and get her to come back. And I say things like, I'd rather give you the money than spend it on lawyers. I say things like, the lawyer's I already contacted your brother. I had to. I'll say things like the lawyer is going to make me hire private investigators, and I'd rather give all that money to you than to give it to these people. But if you don't want to, and I said that kind of stuff. I said, if you want to work for the rest of your life, by all means, let's get away from me. all the things. And I was even nice. They sent a message. I was like, sweetheart, just come home. Just come. I'm in Canada at our house in Canada. Just come home and we'll sort everything out. You're not in trouble. You don't have to pay. And I did that. But even that is bullshit. Well, it's not bullshit, but even that is repeating the pattern. So today I'm going to break the pattern. Sweetheart, you don't have to contact me. You don't have to come home to Canada. You don't have to come home here. The apartment in the United States in Chicago, you already know what's going on there, so you're clearly not going to go there. You don't have to contact me. You don't have to come home. You don't ever have to see me again in the rest of your life. I'm not angry, upset. I don't have a drop of hate or animosity in me at all. If you'd like to come back, the door to your house is open. But you wish. If you want to come back, the door to my house is open. But and then we'll get another place in the United States for you to have. But whatever. But the truth, but like seriously, sorry, I'm falling back into the pattern again. Do you guys see how difficult it is to stay away from the pattern? I got a trauma bond. What do you want? So like that. But I also, I got a trauma bond. So that's the deal. So in the next little 2 weeks, I am going to keep reaching out and then I just don't want to pay lawyers. And if you don't want anything to do with me is fine, which is fine. I have to, I can't get divorced if I can't reach you. If you don't want to stay together is fine, but I can't get divorced unless I try and reach you. But that's the deal, sweetheart. So I wish you the absolute best. And I absolutely love you. I wish you the best. But if you don't have to ever talk to me again. It's fine. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And this is a different day. I wish you the absolute best. I love you. And I'll see you soon. That's the action, guys. That's how you break a pattern. It has, you have to look at this. In this conversation here, I fell back into the pattern many times. It's that difficult to break your own patterns sometimes. But I don't want that I want her, of course. But I don't want this behavior anymore. And I'm not doing my part of that behavior anymore. And that's the deal. From TheSunnySide.net, I'm Sunny. That's what a pattern interrupt looks like. It's always, and that's the action. Wishing everyone the best, and I'll see you guys soon.